portrayed Walking Tall. And we're talking about Adamsville. Is that it? In Tennessee, McNairy County in Tennessee, Tim. And recently, it was the 50-year anniversary of the death of Sheriff Buford Pusser's wife, Pauline Pusser, whom he said basically that the Dixie Mafia shot him up in his car. And there are a couple of investigators who are also Southerners, and it's going to surprise you. Both of them were sheriff deputies as well. One of them from North Carolina. There was another one, I think he was from Mississippi, from Tim State. And then the TBI, they presented a lot of information to the TBI, and the TBI came out and literally did a press conference that said they exhumed the body after 50 years of Pauline Pusser to find out that, in fact, what Buford Pusser testified to was not true. And that it is likely that he killed her, primarily because the way that he said the shooting happened inside the vehicle, there was blood splattered around the outside of the vehicle. In fact, near the front of the vehicle. So how the hell did that happen, right? So there's a number of different things. I couldn't do a deep dive. There's a show called Gone South on podcast that you can review, and actually a show called Criminal on podcast that's very, very popular called Criminal. And Phoebe Judge just did this yesterday. So Gone South did it like a year or so ago, and he's done multiple episodes on the Buford Pusser case. So I say all this to tell you the TBI came out and basically said that Sheriff Pusser is likely the one who orchestrated the murder of his wife, Pauline Pusser, and they lay out why. So they brought this to the town, and what do you think the town said, everybody? Somebody tell me. The ones that have a Buford Pusser festival each year and have a museum, what do you think their take was?
Oaks, denial, what?
That's right.
Not
Didn't
guilty.
happen?
Yes.
Oh, and that would never happen.
Bullshit.
Mhm.
Right. So
He could never do it.
So the reason, and I gave you all this background about this case to say to you is that belief is very, very powerful. Bia has heard this ad nauseum. She probably wants to put the Heisman hand up to the screen right now. People will believe what they want to believe. They don't give a shit what the facts are. I don't care whether it's politics. Politics is the biggie. You can show them anything you want to show them. I don't care. My belief is this, and you're not changing my mind. And then and then you could do that one too, Bia.
DJ, can I chime in on that real quick?
Please.
Very interesting study on that. It's so fascinating that they've shown that people, who are in a particular worldview, they can be presented with literal facts that worldview is incorrect. And they will, interestingly, believe it even stronger.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. They'll make an excuse and they'll come up with something and all that. So I have to go upstairs real quick. Boston Bia, take it away.
Yeah. I just had an example of that. Like when you've been shown a picture of somebody or a video of somebody sleeping, and then you turn around and say, no, they weren't sleeping. Okay. All right. You say so.
I wonder what you're talking about. But anyway, yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So I was going to say, I think our brains do try to protect us. I think it has various, and I think it depends on like if it's a trauma response, like I think there's variations of trauma that our brains protect us. And, you see people go through major trauma that they don't even remember it. And it's years, down the line that they are able to process that information. Also, too, when it comes to feedback, I'm taking a course that talks about, all different types of feedback. And it's kind of interesting how somebody can give us feedback and we instantly either accept it or reject it. So kind of like on this topic that how our brains function, that sometimes somebody can give us a constructive criticism and we may not be willing to accept it because, and again, kind of goes to what everybody's talking about on the panel, that we just it's not always, we want to believe what we want to believe, even if you're
Mhm.
seeing the facts right in front of you.
It's
Yeah.
go ahead, Jay Boogie, or
Oh, I was just gonna
Okay.
say, I was just talking about this on on A Spaces, and I think it was two different ones actually, where people wonder why other like creators have lots of followers, and they're given one version of events, and then doesn't matter what you present to the contrary, they will just ride it out. They'll believe what they're going to believe, and it almost doesn't matter what you put in front of them. They're locked into that particular tunnel thought, and that's the only way they're going. They're not changing their minds. And that's just the way it is. It's just the way the way people are. You can fool more people then you could get a whole group of people to believe one thing easier than you can to get individuals to believe one thing. It's crazy.
yeah,
It's so true. And even kind of, not that everything, not all roads lead back to Karen Reed, but just in the whole Karen Reed community, how we've seen through the 2 trials,
Right.
the facts of the case, and you still have people to this day still saying she did this. And it's
Adamant.
like, how? How? The FBI investigated the investigation. The FBI handed you 3,074 pages of exculpatory information to help the defense with their state case, because the feds can't go after a murder case.
Yeah.
And you still have people that are like, nope, she did it. And it's like, how?
Yeah.
You sat
they
through
just
2
don't
trials?
see it.
That's what
they just don't see
makes
it. What's in front of them.
trial
They
by
don't-
the jury of your peers particularly frightening too, right? Because those are
Yes.
the same people that end up on a jury.
Right.
I guess that's why I brought up the subject, because I think that one of the things, and maybe that is scary within itself, right? It's like that the idea, I start to think, what if I'm wearing these goggles? What if I'm wearing these goggles, just like that movie They Live, right? What if I'm wearing these goggles that are telling me things are different than what they really are, because my brain would break? If one thing unravels and the brain gets retrained, right? And the more fear you see, more scary things you see. And we talk about these videos, right, that everybody stops to see. I put something wholesome and educational, nobody reads it, right? But my God, you put some violent thing, and it's like, we're the rubberneckers. We have to stop and look at the blood and the gore on the side of the street. And garbage in, garbage out, right? We're IT people, garbage in, garbage out. If you're feeding garbage to your brain, the brain's like, oh, more fear. I must put more protections. And all of a sudden you're wearing these thick goggles of lies. And it scares the crap out of me. So,
Akashi,
thank you so much for dropping by, Foppy. Yes, Dr. Rounds. Go ahead.
you and call me Tim, please. You brought up one of my favorite
Tim.
movies.
Hello, sir.
Thank you. Nice to meet y'all. Way ahead of his time. They Live. I got a little clip you might like here, Akashi. Let me push this button.
Please.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
From the man,
Nice.
Rowdy Roddy himself. Rest in peace,
Nice.
Rowdy.
Hey,
She
Love
brought
it.
it up. Don't blame me, DJ.
Hey,
She
Dr.
brought up
Bounds.
They Live. I'm like, snap. I don't get to use that clip often enough. This is my chance.
No, but-
Hit that button.
Wasn't it Lou Gossett Jr. in Officer and a Gentleman? He said, only thing from Texas is stairs and queers, and you ain't got no horns.
Look, and I got to correct somebody. I think somebody in the chat said that's a Duke Nukem saying stolen from Rowdy Roddy Piper. I'm just
There you
here
go.
to tell you.
That
my gosh.
host of All Things Unexplained, Dr.
I
Tim
love
Mounds.
it.
Seated next to him is the absolute best on Spaces, Jay Boogie Fever, and his co-host Amy. I'm going to tell you what, Amy Feist Lynch, Dr. Mounts. When you hear Amy's recounting of her experience in her bedroom, where her brother was in the bed next to her, and her aunt came in, of the Hat Man, it is scary, man. Scary scary. It's one of the best and most frightening paranormal anecdotes I've heard. You got to have her on All Things Unexplained. Right above Jay Boogie Fever is, of course, the longtime cabbie who has come back to grace us with her love, her presence, and her artwork. She's the host of Mind Forked on YouTube. Seated to her right, her Cuban sister from another mister, none other than the true crime siren, Boston Bia. All right.
You're right on.
These guys are like, what am I doing here? Why did I sign up for this? Okay. So my topic, David Grush and also Dr. Mounts and Jay Boogie Fever are also going to be able to present something. So let me go to profile, and as Bia would say, bookmarks, and we'll get right. Wasn't that good, Bia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can try to be Boston, but you'll never be Boston.
I
I'm just
know. I
kidding.
could try to be cool like you, but it's just not going to happen. All right. Here we go.
I could go for some Mike's pastry. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, Mike's is the best. I'm so glad you didn't say modern. Oh my God, it's an insult.
Mike's all
Yes,
day.
Mike's all day. Yes.
All right. Let's see if we can hear this, team.
High concern to us that their autopsy and investigation be done from a third party outside intelligence agency.
I mean, there's coworkers and friends of mine that worked on that program for years. They were not hazed. They were not tricked. They literally worked on the material and the specimens and all that. And that was kind of common knowledge. People mysteriously vanished from the program, never to be seen again.
Their
Wasn't that good? Didn't that need like an evil laugh right there, Dr. Mounts? Yeah.
You nailed it.
Sorry. So
Oh, wait, does that make us the minions?
yeah. It is. No, you guys are in that control room. There's Dr. Evil, there's number 2, there's Scott, almost,
Show Moose Boss number 2.
yeah. Yeah, Tom. What was that guy's name that was Roseanne's? Tom Arnold. Right. Okay.
Wait, not
Anyway.
the fake one. Her fake husband was way better than Tom Arnold.
Oh, really?
Yeah, John Goodman.
Oh, I forgot about that. I know he's a really good actor, wasn't he? Yeah.
Oh hell. Yeah.
So Tim loves him some conspiracy theories. So Ruthie, I feel, and Sati, Akashi's co-host, I think you're really gonna like Tim. He loves some conspiracy theories, homie. So with David Grush coming out, he's gonna let me see the other tweet I had from that. Okay, so we're gonna share this one as well, and then we'll get reaction. We want to give you guys something good to chew on there. These ribs don't just fall off the bone. That's all I can tell you.
Love me something good to chew on.
I love me some ribs. Probably. I mean, geez.
Potatoes. Mhm.
Yeah, there's
Thought it was Deliverance at first. There.
Hey
Got some
boy,
pretty teeth, boy.
you got some. You got your pretty mouth.
You got a pretty mouth, boy.
Here is the Aussie, who I guess has some British lineage, Ross Coltat, using the voice of Sean Bean. And he says, ironic to read the Washington Post today reporting that charged CIA officer David Rush allegedly misused a SAP, a special access program, to defraud U.S. taxpayers, hiding the millions of dollars he allegedly stole behind a fraudulent government contract. This is exactly what David Grush alleges and has been happening with the legacy UAP programs concealed from Congress. Rush is said to have read in or initiated 2 colleagues in the highly secretive sham programs, effectively cultivating them as perhaps unwitting accomplices and preventing them from talking to others about it. He persuaded one of them to transfer millions of dollars. Can somebody go like that on screen? To the program via a government contract that was also fraudulent. It is the perfect scam because even intelligence personnel with the highest security clearance cannot access an individual SAP without specific authorization, i.e. a need to know. Rush worked in the CIA's Directorate of Science and Technology. We've been hearing about that for years, right, Tim? The same office where Office of Global Access has allegedly been playing a key role in the retrieval of NHI tech. NHI, for those of you in the audience uninitiated, is non-human intelligence. His alleged fraud shows just how OGA may well have diverted public funds illegally from other contracts to fund covert operations without public accountability to Congress. Ay Dios mío, right, Bia? Hello? Anyone?
Sí, señor. Yeah. No,
Okay.
sorry. I was replying.
All
You
right.
caught me multitasking.
Dr. Maddox, did you see something decidedly different in that that video from the audio of Dave Grush and then what I just read?
Well, was this the guy that took the gold bars, by the way?
Yeah, I think he was in that AI video that they made. I saw an AI video like that today. Is that what that was about? Was that like a sort of a satirization of this event?
Well, I
don't
think
know.
he literally had millions of dollars of gold bars
Mhm.
in his possession that he took from the government, if I'm not mistaken. Which, interestingly, like this, I don't know why. Maybe I'm crazy, but that case doesn't rub me the wrong way. It's almost like the DB Cooper case.
Mhm.
I don't know why it plays like that, but it kind of does. It's kind of like what's his face, Rob from the Rich, and get a little back for yourself there. That's what it feels like. Now I don't know. So for that reason, I'm having a hard time connecting it with Grush, but it's going to be interesting what Grush decides to say on the steps. I don't have high hopes for that. I've been talking about this a little bit. There's going to be a movie producer there, and I just, the aliens.gov was such a debacle, DJ. That was really, really bad, and I feel like for me, it just kind of put my
Interesting.
expectations back to negative.
That's fair. I mean, it's fair, but you're coming at it from a position of somebody who knows a lot, and is expecting to have it validated or see more. And then there's some people that don't know very much. So but I totally understand where you're coming from. Bia, did you have any thoughts about, do you want to see the Dave Grush, that audio clip again? Would you like to see that? Or do you want to
No.
just react? Yes?
No, I mean, no, I don't have to see it again.
Okay. Because I want to see it
Go ahead.
again.
No, go ahead. Then
right.
go ahead, play it.
Yeah,
go
let me
ahead.
play it one more time just
Yeah.
because I think
Okay.
it kind of sets the table quite well.
You just got to tell me 2 times, right? Be a 2
No,
times.
it's just no, it just I just think it's very interesting. And
yeah,
and
you have to
Jeremy,
make the effect.
yeah.
Go for it. Are you going to share screens?
Oh my God, I thought I was. Sorry.
Oh,
Do we need to do a drum roll?
There's time. Thank you, Chris. I totally thought I was sharing, and I blew it. Okay, there we go. Tough crowd. Here we go. All right. Boogie loves it, man. He loves my self-deprecation.
Shown that their autopsy and investigation be done from a third party outside intelligence agency.
I mean, there's coworkers and friends of mine that worked on that program for years. They were not hazed. They were not tricked. They literally worked on the material and the specimens and all that. And that was kind of common knowledge. People mysteriously vanished from the program, never to be seen again.
High concern.
All right. I guess the first thing we should do is try to identify what font they were using. Tim, I don't think it was Comic Sans. I think it's called Watergate, that font.
Available now for 99 cents.
Thank you. It's an add-on. All right, go ahead. Boston Bia, would you like to react to that or what you want to hear from Dave Grush on Tuesday? His comments there, or what is your thoughts?
I mean, I almost feel like because this feels a little bit staged, that I think it's whatever it is that he puts out there is not going to be like mind-blowing. I guess. Like, I feel like he's just going to softball whatever questions or whatever statement he puts out there is going to be very surface level. Yeah, I mean, he's stating about people vanishing. I mean, again, this is consistent information that we've been kind of been thrown at us throughout, right? So, again, not surprising, but because you don't want to think of the government as this institution that's going around, you know, I don't know, doing bad things, but
But apparently it is.
Disappearing people.
Yeah. Kashi, Chris, do you have thoughts on the video? And I'll give you a secondary question after this.
Yeah, actually, I have a little bit of a different spin on this because, again, we're all quantumly entangled, and you and my husband seeming to be sharing a brain right now. But it's funny because earlier today, he was talking to me about the Wall Street Journal article about RFK Jr.'s son's wife that quit her position because she was reporting that special access programs, there was a lot of money being funneled without congressional oversight. So she actually quit out of this. My perspective on this is that I think that the House of Cards is starting to unravel. Like, because we keep finding out more and more lies that have been told. And it's just like little by little, I'm hoping to see a lot more than we did before from Grush. You know, I mean, he had gone there when other people were not going there. So I would think he's probably going to get more into it. It's a lot more open subject, you know? So, but I really think that stuff is, other people are starting to get involved. This was a Kennedy, Amaryllis Fox Kennedy. So she quit her position because of this type of stuff. And it's an interesting one because I was actually an appointed from Trump's side. So she was very much pro-Trump. So anyway, we'll see where this goes. But we're finding out things little by little. And I'm just hoping to see that from Grush, you know, some difference in how, you know, a little bit going deeper.
That makes me think of that song, Be a Step by Step. Ooh, baby.
Ooh, baby. You see, I think
Gonna
baby
get with
steps.
you, girl. All right.
I think baby steps.
Akashi, I'm going to encourage everybody in the audience, go back and listen to the 2023 original Ross Coulthart video with David Grush. So everybody that's watching right now, and we're going to get to your questions because you've got some great stuff in the chat here. I encourage everybody to go watch that. It is an absolute must. It blew my mind, just not because we hadn't heard these rumors. Myself, Akashi, and Tim had heard these rumors, but he confirmed them from a source that is very highly cleared. He briefed at the White House during the first Trump administration. So he's very highly cleared individual, multiple polygraphs. And I know his background now even better than I did before I came out here to Colorado. Okay, Chris, what do you want him to reveal on what do you want Dave to reveal on Tuesday? And then we're going to go to Boogie and Tim.
I mean, I'm hoping that he reveals names of people that are going to come up and, you know, or things that he saw himself, you know, just come out and say it. Things that went, you know, the last time it was like, oh, I got to take that to Skiff, or we got to do this, you know. I want to actually see some of that because we saw a lot of transcripts and stuff, but it's like, I want to hear it from him in front of everybody else and see what, you know, how they react to him.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
No, that's fair. That would be very.
That's all I got to say about that.
That's all I got to say about that.
Got to say about that.
All right. Well, you got boiled shrimp, fried shrimp, and have a shrimp cocktail.
Yeah.
All right, Boogie. I love that diatribe in Forrest Gump about his friend.
Shrimp Tetrazzini. Shrimp
cocktail.
Shrimp gumbo.
Shrimp gumbo.
Shrimp scampi. We can go on all night, folks.
Shrimp salad.
Shrimp kebabs, shrimp scampi, shrimp sandwiches, shrimp salad.
I can't, man. You guys are way too much fun. I can't believe I'm having this much. See, this is what it's about, people. I'm going to tell you, this is not about thinking you're going to become rich and famous on YouTube, because there's a very, very select few. I don't know what the percentages are. It's about making friends and being able to interact with people. I got to go to Tim's house and have some food there when I was in North Carolina, and he is as much a welcoming gentleman. What is that, Tim? Is that the temperature? What is that?
No, I said that's what we had a little bit of.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Smoky Mountain Squatch Shine. Check them out. That's my friends at Smoky Mountain Squatch Shine. Don't drink it too close to the fire pit, I promise.
Yeah, and I got to hang out at Tim's fire pit in the back, and he's just a gentleman. That's what really this is about, is getting to meet you guys and make friends. It's not about getting rich and ripping on people and acting like an idiot. This is what it's all about.
Sure.
Dr. Mounts, what is your reaction to what you just heard? And then we'll get to our friends in the chat.
Well, you skipped over Boogie. Wait, sorry. Poor Boogie was about to. Yeah.
Step by step. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yes,
baby.
Boogie.
Okay.
Tell us your thoughts.
Yeah.
I'm his assistant, so I keep him in check.
Yeah, that's right. So said a not famous content creator. Go ahead.
Oh, you wanted on the David Grush thing?
Yeah, the David Grush,
Yes.
the video and his speech.
Oh, I think just drop it already. You know, like what you got, just drop it, man. I'm tired of all the BSing around and next week we're gonna come out and and then it's just a little bit of nugs, and shit. Just drop what you got. Let's see it. Put your cards on the table and stop talking. I'm tired of all that talking. Let's see what the government's hiding. But like I said before, I don't think you're getting you're going to get, the real good stuff. Unfortunately, I just don't. It's too much. I think that it could be too much for the people to handle, man, because there is, I've heard some pretty crazy, pretty crazy things that could be not disclosed. You know what I mean? And I just don't think you're going to get the goods. It's shocking, I think almost too shocking for the people. So you'll get a few good video or a few grainy videos, maybe once in a while, a good close-up one, but and then of course you're going to have the debunkers come out there, try to, debunk it all. And so it just kind of muddies the waters, but I don't know. It's hard for me to trust what comes out of, the government. I want to see the real good stuff, and they got it.
And you love conspiracy theories. I forgot to tell you that. So Tim, another kindred spirit there to your left. He loves some.
I ain't going squatching though, man. I ain't going in them woods, man.
No, hey man, it's scary.
Woods, man.
Tim, have you thought about going out to like Uwharrie or going up to there? I think up there where Nathan's at in I'm trying to remember the name of his town now. Have you thought about
I go out to
there?
Uwharrie a fair amount. I was actually out there just recently and was quite disappointed because I stopped at the Uwharrie General Store and it has new owners. And I'm like, didn't there used to be some Bigfoot stuff up in here? And they got rid of all the Bigfoot stuff.
Oh, they took the Bigfoot stuff out?
Yeah, and I'm like, oh man, what happened to it? I think I don't know. I guess the old owner took it, but yeah, they got rid of all the Bigfoot stuff. And I was very disappointed. But yeah, I love the Uwharrie. And the last time back on my way through the Uwharrie, I stopped at a new town. I don't know if you've been out there or not. I can't remember the name of it, but I've been like, I'm going to turn down there to historic, whatever that town was. And it had all these like a little boardwalk running through it and all these little shops and a restaurant and a little pub. And what's that? Anyway, yeah, I like the Uwharrie. And I always take some Zagnuts because, Zagnut is the snack of choice for Bigfoot in the Uwharrie.
There you go. You got to know what they want to eat, man.
They're not easy to find either. Let me tell you.
We're gifting them Zagnuts. I mean, can you blame them?
Snack.
They're pretty darn good.
You get them on Amazon, but I dare you to find one in a store somewhere.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
Zagnuts commercial.
It really
Exactly.
is. It is a sense of pride of Bigfoot researchers compared to UFO researchers, is because there is, you do have to put yourself out in the woods at night with animals. And believe it or not, there are guys out there that literally go out there and do it alone.
Alone.
We've heard.
How do you do that? Like I won't even do it with 10 people, all armed to the teeth.
Yeah.
I would be, my luck, I would be that guy. You know what I mean? That just like, where's Boogie? Anybody seen Boogie?
He wants to take a
and
whiz.
That's it. You don't hear no more of me. It's probably a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, there is.
I don't know. He
strength in-
just went out to go take a leak.
No, all kidding aside, there is strength in numbers. Like our friend he's been on the show with BNI a number of times. Jim Myers from Sasquatch Outpost in Bailey, Colorado. He does take groups out in 10. I don't know what their limit is because the way he does it, they put up the tents, they cook the food. Literally, you show up with your backpack and your stuff, and they cover all the meals. Set the toilets up, the portable toilets and everything. So that is fairly safe. The guys and gals that I've talked to, and we've had Sibylla Irwin, who does sketching encounters. Basically, she does forensic sketches of your Bigfoot encounter so that you can say, yes, that's what it looked like. Sibylla's been, I don't know if she's been on with you, Tim. She's been on with us a few times, and she's co-hosted probably at least 3 times. And she's gone out alone. Usually in her camper, but Sibylla she literally has nerves of steel. I mean, she really does. She's from South Texas.
You ever see that Dee's Dark Adventures YouTube channel?
No.
She goes out by herself and, she's capturing stuff. There's one where, something is like maybe a football field distance away in the dark, big, massive thing. And she's by herself out there talking to this thing like, it's crazy. There's no way. I'm a city slicker, so I'm not a woodsy guy.
He's like, I'm a baseball umpire. Come on, man.
Yeah.
All right, we're
going to
get
balls this right.
We're going to get some. So Jules had something here that I thought was we got a couple things here. We'll get this one from Tim when he gets back, because now he's actually on the panel. Did Neo take the red pill or the blue pill? If you know the answer to Tim's question, let me know. And Tim is back. Red pill or blue pill, Tim?
I mean, I know. Are you asking me which one?
Yeah, if anybody knows, because I don't know. I don't.
It was the red pill.
Trivia question.
Right?
Oh, there you go.
It was the red pill, because the red pill is the awakening, right? If you took the blue pill, you wanted to make sure that the slop looked like steak. Back to my brain fears.
You didn't want to know
the
it's
Matrix.
people. It's really people.
You stay in one.
Silent Green is people.
This is, I mean, there's a lot of rumor out there that I think is fairly well founded that certain spaces are being monitored, and so yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that was true. Let me go to this one. Ruthie. Oh no, this is from Jules, and Jules, basically this is an answer to Chris's question. Our brain interprets the data of consciousness and makes our world from that.
Mm-hmm.
That is brilliantly said, Jules. And yeah, I mean, yeah, let's give it up for the head mod of Cab right there, Jules.
Mm-hmm.
Get rid of this. And this one is, if someone could roll the R's here.
Ruthie.
What's your take about the dude wearing a mask on the news? Real or fake? In my opinion, the man is playing with us. They used to play, they play with their food, us. They don't care to hide. I don't know who she's talking about with the mask. So
I saw that.
You did?
It was like a general or something.
I sympathize with the guy because I'm getting older. I'm getting a little bit, what do they call that? Like a
Turkey neck
or something.
droopy neck. Like,
Yeah.
I sympathize with the guy. Yeah, he looked like he
It's
had
like
a
it
mask.
was that was okay. I looked at that and I looked at it again and I looked at so many different angles of it, and it's like it was flippity floppity, like, and then the rest of the skin was all stretched out, which could be total Botox. He could have had a glow up.
We're
It
being
happens.
trolled. We're being trolled.
Yeah.
Tim, would you like to take this one?
They're conundrum.
Conundrum question. Does anyone believe that the people that they are hushing, they don't want people to say we don't know? They need people to say that we do. Thoughts I'll answer this one too, but let's let Dr. Bounce go first.
Well, thanks. I've been talking about this quite a bit on my channel, which is at All Things Unexplained on YouTube if you want to check it out. And
It is. It'll be
I
in the show
appreciate-
notes.
I appreciate you. And by the way, we're streaming there live right now too. So we're
Oh, good,
streaming.
good.
Yeah.
Good.
But I've been talking about this quite a bit on my channel, the missing scientists and officials. And we had some really sad news here last week, May 28th. One of the missing Los Alamos employees, she went missing from her home in New Mexico summer last year. And unfortunately, May 28th, she was found by a hiker in a New Mexico national forest, handgun beside the body, apparently a bullet wound to the head. Interestingly, she was found in a place that had already been searched. And not only that, had extensive work being done by workers working on the national park there. It was about 8,000 feet in elevation. Her name was Melissa Cassius, and rest in peace. But she, just like so many of these others, like General Neil McCaslin, also Albuquerque, New Mexico, he just seemingly walks away from home, leaves the vehicles behind. They both also left their cell phones behind. Melissa had actually reset her cell phones. She had two, one for work, one for private. She had reset them both to their factory settings. She seemingly left on foot as well. She actually took a toothbrush with her, which a lot of people think that's a very interesting piece of information. Monica Riza,
Yep.
she went missing last summer from California, the Angeles National Forest in California, on a hike with two others, and she never came back. And they still have not found her. That Michael David Hicks, NASA JPL scientist, also California, very near where Monica Riza was. He was, interestingly, get this, y'all, he was studying a very anomalous asteroid, an asteroid with literal repercussions for planetary defense. They compared it to what they believe caused the Tunguska event. If you're familiar with that, that was around the 1918, early 1900s, wiped out a vast swath of forest in the Tunguska area of Russia, Siberia. Big, huge explosion back then. But that asteroid he was studying, it's spinning faster than any other known object that we know of in the universe. It's also accelerating, and not by gravity. That some scientists think it's accelerating by gas expulsions or water expulsions, but they have no proof of that. Anyway, so my point is, I didn't know what to make of all this at first, but after looking into it so much, there are so many similarities, and I'm always trying to be very ultra respectful when I speak of these things, because these are real people, real cases with real family and friends and loved ones that are involved. And so to me, that takes these sorts of things to a whole other level. But there's so many things, I don't think there can be any harm in looking into all the options for what could be going on here. And it just feels like something. Yes, that's what it feels like to me.
Agree 100% with what you've said there, and that where there's smoke, there's fire, and it okay. So I'll kind of couch this like the New Jersey UFO flap. Some of these may be related, and there may be some sort of agenda, and some of them may be happenstance, but it can't just be all coincidental. I don't think that it is. I think there's something going on. Also want to say about Conundrum, your question from earlier about that Dr. Tim answered. I think I unstart it right here. I think this is it. Life is complicated, and we want to make things black and white. It's either good or it's bad. Government's good, government's bad, this, that. And what you find out is that there's a continuum here. There's a line, and that they are both good. And then there's some things they do are not so good. Do they know? They don't if your job was to explain, it's just like Dr. Tim is sitting there. If I said, okay, I'm going to turn on that microphone and now you're going to be on every major news network and every cable news network, and I want you to tell them what the phenomenon is, even if he were at the cabinet level and had what, and I don't think that's the highest level of knowledge on this topic, obviously, for reasons, because of reasons of plausible deniability, right? You don't tell them everything because then they're not responsible to tell the American people everything, right? So they're kept from knowing certain things. So if Tim's responsibility was to tell everyone what the nature of these phenomena are and what they want and where they come from and whether they intend to harm us or whether we have a defense against them and all these sorts of things, now his job's become more complicated. Our job now is to just comment on it and say whatever we feel like. That's easy. We could do that. I could just talk. You could see, you guys see me every week, just running my mouth. I don't have to answer for what the nature of these phenomena are, where they're from, what their intentions are, what their capabilities are. If I was, that would change my calculus as to what I say and what I don't say. So it's not as simple. I want to welcome to the stage another one of our crew here. She's a moderator, and whatever she says, we want to get her in here. And so, party people, please put your hands together for Sarah Shock and Horror.
Hello.
Oh, we had no idea we were going to have so much fun tonight. What do you got for us, my friend?
I just wanted to say hello. I'm interrupting to say hello, and that it's been a great show so far. So I don't really have anything particularly exciting to say other than it's been nice listening, and thank you for letting me do a brief show intermission to come say hi to everybody.
Absolutely, you're always welcome. Can I ask you, do you find any of this about the UFO disclosure, what we've been discussing? How do you metabolize this? Is this jarring? How do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's concerning. I, like anything else, find it interesting that more seems to finally be getting talked about. I don't want to say disclosed yet, but when I want to go full on conspiracy theory, I always think about the timing of things. So, like, why does the government want to acknowledge certain things right now? Kind of, you know what I mean? That's where my thought process goes.
Yeah.
And you're laughing because, it's true, So that's, I'm not shocked by it necessarily. I more am kind of like, okay, this is what they're saying. So what are they trying to distract us from? That's where my head is at. But that's if I just go full tilt, conspiracy theory, which I tend to do the older that I'm getting. So yeah, that's kind of my initial thought on that.
It's kind of like when I was 13 years old and my parents finally got me a dirt bike, and I could go, well, why did they finally buy me a dirt bike? Well, it's because they got divorced and they felt bad. So all these years I'd asked for a motorcycle. I didn't get one. And then, so now the question is, should I question why they got me one or just enjoy it? I agree with you. There are reasons why I won't comment on why disclosure might be happening right now. That are, I just can't comment on it. It's just an area that I need to stay away from, but for certain reasons that you're aware of. But I'm just glad if they are disclosing it. I got the dirt bike. I'm not going to worry about why I'm getting a dirt bike. Just I got a bike and I can start riding. So
yeah, and listen, people like Akashi and Dr. Mounts. I'm sorry, I might have said that incorrectly. My apologies. And Boogie and Bia, like, oh good.
Tim,
you all okay. Tim. Well, listen, you worked hard for your doctorate, and if I
Damn
were a
right.
doctor, I would wear it on a tiara on my head, sir. So
Right.
I'm giving
No,
you the respect that
well,
you
thank you.
that you
I've,
earned.
I appreciate that. I've got another coffee mug, different than this one. It says PhD, taking my BS to a new level. So that's
And you know what? Good for you.
that's basically the
Good
extent of
for
it.
you.
Yeah.
But yeah, you
You
all
earned it,
could
unlike some
Yeah.
people.
exactly Despia. Amen. Yes, you're not doing the 16-year, have to get caught on the stand. I'm picking up what you're putting down, B.
I got it. I know. I knew you'd get me.
But you all probably know way more than I do. I'm still ignorant to a ton of this. But whenever anybody says anything that's major, whether it's in the news or in my personal life or whatever, I always kind of pay attention to what else has been going on. And you can pick up a lot about people that way in your personal life or professional life or, whatever. That's why we have 2 ears, right? And 1 mouth, because we're really supposed to listen. And so that is my long-winded answer to your question.
Do you have anything for the chat, anything for the group that you want to throw out there or address a question or a comment to anybody?
No, I don't think so, which is kind of lame because I asked to come up here and then I'm, not really adding any value.
Yes, you are. You always add value, and all the mods are welcome to come up whenever they want.
Something for her. I have a follow up for Sarah because I really agreed with that whole. I worry about that whole distraction factor also. The more you're being told about one thing, the more something else is happening that they don't want you to see. I know that sounds like conspiracy, but I think it's just historically that's how it's been. You find out later, but that's so. I totally jive with what you said there. So total value, girl. Don't say no value. It was awesome.
Value.
Yeah, or things that they don't want to stop talking about.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't
exactly.
want to just hear from like people who have studied UFOs for years on the show. That doesn't really do us any good because then we don't have perspective for what people who haven't been. And there are people in the audience right now that are from our true crime family, cabbies like yourself, that's how
like
we met
me.
you. Exactly.
Yeah.
So these perspectives are important because lenses are important. Perspective and lens are basically analogous or the same thing. So the way that Tim and I view the news that's coming out is slightly different than how, and Akashi, myself, Tim and Akashi view the disclosure. And then Boogie is also, pretty studied in this topic, but he has been studying it a little longer than you and Bia. So that's why all these perspectives are important. So we can take this information, we can try to digest it, understand it, filter it, and go, okay, what does this really mean? What does this mean to me? What doesn't it mean? What does it mean? So I thank you for coming up here and adding that, and you're welcome up anytime that you want.
Thank you. I appreciate all of you.
Yep.
All right. Well, I will see myself out.
Tell Mikey
Bye,
we
Sarah.
said hi.
Thank you.
Okay.
I hope everybody has a fabulous night, and I will be back in the chat.
All right, love. Thanks. Take
Thank
care.
you,
Bye.
Sarah.
See you later.
Good night.
Thank you.
What is this? I watched Amy. Okay. I think I know who they're talking
Talking
about.
about engagement.
Yeah.
Dot had a question about Dr.
Sure.
Greer,
Sure.
and I'm trying to find it because I can't start it. But she was asking about, I guess, our opinion on the attacks that have, always go into Dr. Greer. Because
Okay. What are your thoughts?
disclosure, So
Why don't we start with you?
I mean, the thing about Dr. Greer is, I appreciate what he has done for for UFOs. I think that he's very passionate about it. Obviously, he wanted to get people together. There's some things that I don't agree with. There's something that seems a little bit too, a little salesy sometimes, and I like a little humility from people too. And sometimes when I pick up that people aren't being humble, I question motives. So But I definitely don't want to, I would never attack him. CE5 is something that we, it's another methodology, but it's something that, he worked on. I mean, there's value there. So,
That's true.
I
A
kind of spun
modality.
all over the place on that. I'm not trying to avoid it. It's just, you don't have to agree with 100% of a person to value what they have to bring,
You're right. Exactly. We said that with Lana.
Yeah.
We're talking about Lana from Truth and Transparency. I want to debate her about the Karen Reed case. Lana has put out a lot of very, very well-researched information. Some of her opinions differ from mine. So maybe we can have a respectful debate and maybe we can get something out of it. We don't all have to agree on everything. We can find out why she thinks what she thinks. So there's all things unexplained on YouTube. If you guys want to subscribe, Dr. Tim Mounts puts a lot of work into that. He has 2 teachers that are his colleagues, CJ and Smitty. Is CJ ever planning on going back to teaching? I know Smitty is. He's teaching. Is CJ going to go back, Dr. Tim?
That would be an extreme worst case scenario, I think.
Okay.
So probably not. By the way, I'll shorten up my YouTube link there. That was like, whoa, that was a big link. If you want to go directly to my YouTube, it's youtube.com/@ all things unexplained. That'll take you there.
You'll find it also. If you guys want to find Tim after this, we'll post it in the YouTube description of this episode, and it'll be in the podcast description as well, the show notes for that. So yeah, here's the one about Dr. Greer. Does anybody here, just raise your hand if you want to talk about Dr. Greer, CE5. I don't know if Boogie, I think, is familiar with Dr. Greer. Hi, Jermaine.
Oh, yeah.
She's true crimer. Go ahead. What you got?
Oh, as far as Dr. Greer?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know. He's sketchy to me, but looks like a reptilian, though. I tell you that he is one. That dude, I mean, if I didn't, I would think he was like, I think he just is disinfo. That's what I believe. I've watched him a long time. I think he likes to, but he's got some, he could get those crowds together, and he does, go out there and he knows some things, definitely. So I don't know who he's working for, but I don't know, man. I've watched his stuff a long time, and I just I don't know, just doesn't give me a good vibe, this guy.
I'll get to my opinion, but let's get to Dr. Mounts first.
I don't really have an opinion. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
Okay. He's out there saying stuff.
Okay, so a friend of the show, James Iandoli, was his disciple at one point. He's going to be on coming up soon with Darren, Exo-Academian, and the co-creator of Calling All Beings, who created everything that you visually see about CAB, Nathan. So we are going to interview those 3. And James was at one time a disciple of CE5, and he is a practitioner of the modality. He's an experiencer. He had an NDE in a car accident, and then he became in touch with the phenomenon and all kinds of things. James lives in my hometown, grew up very close to my hometown. Dr. Greer, obviously, he has added something to the community. What happens is that when you seek to monetize anything, to a certain degree, and money is what drives your content, that is when the content becomes skewed in a certain way, because now it's not so much about the content, right? Now it's about, what do I produce that's going to make money? For some people, that's yelling at other people and making fun of people. For some people, that is trying to say that I'm going to take a group of people out and we are going to bring our consciousnesses together, and we're going to draw in a UFO. We're not all psionics. Some of you have Tiva sandals on and a little backpack and shorts, and you've never done this. And sometimes it's going to work, and sometimes it's not going to work, and that could be problematic. So allegedly he had hired planes. I mean, and they shot off flares, and I don't know the truth of what he did or didn't do. But clearly he's been part of the discussion for many years. He should be applauded for that. He's never run away from it. And being humans, humans are going to find things to differentiate themselves from other humans. We talked earlier about, about color when we were talking about the state trooper and all the incredibly racist comments that he make, and he thought the Nazis should have won the war and all kinds of stuff. So with differentiation, you're going to have people that all want UFO disclosure, and they're going to find a way to fight about it. So you have Lou Elizondo giving up his job at the Pentagon, trying to figure out how he's going to make money over a principle that he had, a principle that they're hiding something from the American people, and I have pledged service to the American people. Then you have Greer saying that Lou Elizondo is a fraud. And then you have John Greenwald from the Black Vault, who's been doing FOIA since he's 15 years old. And he's saying Elizondo is a fraud, and Elizondo is saying he's a fraud. So all these three people are trying to achieve the same goal, but they're going to find a reason not to like each other. That is a limitation of humanity. It is a literal limitation. So I think Dr. Greer has added value. I don't follow his work. I don't care that much about his work. That doesn't mean that he's not significant in the topic. Clearly he is.
Absolutely.
That was very long-winded. Okay. Pia, did you have the timer on? How bad is that? Okay. Okay. Let's see. So do people disbelieve all witnesses that Dr. Greer has brought forward? No. No, I don't disbelieve all the witnesses that he's brought forward. So I can answer that one quite simply. And we got a couple that are starred to throw at you guys here. Okay, we got that one in. Okay. So the one you're talking about right here is Matthew Sullivan, is who you're talking about there, Jules. Courtney profiled him a few weeks ago and gave reporting on Matthew Sullivan on the show, a friend of David Grush. Okay. Okay. All right. This one's got to go to Tim and Boogie all the way. Let's start with Dr. Bounce. What are your wildest, weirdest conspiracy theories? We listen and we don't judge. All right, go ahead, Tim. Safe space. Take it away.
Sure. Okay. Well, probably one of the wildest conspiracy theories I ever heard was about the Bigfoots in the North Carolina mountains. And I'm sure Nathan may know about this, but at some point, I guess it was 1800s, the Wild Bill Hickok traveling show and Annie Oakley, they were traveling through on train right out through there. And they're going over this bridge, over this deep gorge, and the train derails. Horrific accident, right? And they had all these, but Annie Oakley survives, Wild Bill survives. But all these exotic animals escape. Now, the beginning of the conspiracy theory starts with, okay, you got all these exotic animals escaping, some of them into the North Carolina mountains. I mean, they could certainly be responsible for some of the Bigfoot sightings, but I was told that, interestingly, some of the wild animals reproduced with some of the local Bigfoot population and created a new form of Bigfoot specific to the area that really loves Zagnut, dark chocolate, and peanut butter. Now they probably do because they're amazing. But I just thought, wow, I'd never heard that Bigfoot story right there. That's mind blowing, and it's connected to a real historical horrible event. By the way, they say that the people that live there, even to this day, will tell stories about how just horrific that event was. But I thought that was something else.
It could be. I mean, there was that Minnesota Iceman. We never quite figured out what I believe he was. And I would encourage people to go to a channel of a friend of ours, Stacy Brown Jr. He was recently on the show. He recently just did some footage with Les Stroud up in Canada, Survivor Man. And Stacy Brown Jr., it's at Bigfoot Stacy, if you find him on YouTube. and Robert Kreider was on, who is, I believe Robert Kreider is an anthropologist, I believe, from Washington State. Robert Kreider has done some very interesting talks about the origins of Bigfoot. And he is quite certain, based on the samples that were taken, because a lot of people decry the Melba Ketchum study, but that's what they will do because they don't want her to be right. But she got samples, and Dave Polites, former police officer, I don't think he would lie about that, where they got those samples from, hair, blood, and so forth, because occasionally Bigfoot will get caught on a barbed wire fence that they're climbing over and so forth. So all that said, Robert Kreider believes that they most certainly are some sort of a human. And then he goes into Homo sapiens sapien, which is us. But if you go to just Homo sapien, there are other Homo sapiens other than us. And there are also some hominins of a higher level that are related to us. So quite possibly that's it. But there also could be hybrids, because there's so many different types of their Bigfoots that look decidedly different than others. Some that look Native American, some that have a primate look to their face, and so forth. So Tim, you know what? That could be right. Anyone else? Boogie, conspiracy theories that you love?
I'll give you a couple, and then I got to run.
Okay.
The couple of Nibiru was a good one. Tartaria, the past civilizations. I think my favorite conspiracy theory, though, is these celebrities being vampires, man. Like there's these pictures of, and it's come out well before AI. These pictures have been out, circulating the interwebs for like, I don't know, 10, 20 years, 10, 15 years, of these celebrities that look like, they've come from the past, like Nicolas Cage, and there's John Travolta. I mean, there's just a number of them out there, and they're, the conspiracy is that they're somehow I don't know, immortals or coming back somehow. I mean, I don't understand, but it's pretty crazy. It's a rabbit hole you definitely will get lost in if you go down that one. That's for sure. But that would probably be my favorite one. Is it true? I don't know. It's an interesting one, that's for certain. But with that said, I definitely got to run, guys. It was so much fun hanging out with you, and I appreciate
Thank
the
you,
time.
Boogie.
Bye, Boogie.
Hi, Kashi, Tim, Dr. Tim. Nice to
Bye.
meet you.
Thank you so much. J Boogie Fever, party people.
Take care, guys. I'll talk to you again.
That was awesome, man. Oh man, could you tell he loves the conspiracy theories he's in? We don't want to leave Akashi Chris out. She will leave no good conspiracy theory rock unturned.
I'm going to throw in there, just for funsies, the CERN stuff. I mean, everybody's heard all the CERN craziness, from portals being open to talk to aliens, to probably one of the scariest ones is that whole 7 seconds of no gravity experiment that's supposed to kick off in August, where it's like you lose gravity for 7 seconds, and it's supposed to be part of like depopulation. I mean, there's so many that's like you just, one turns like morphs into the other, but there's a lot of fear being thrown out there. I mean, that is such a frightening, idea. But we're being peppered with it. Is it true? I don't know CERN, they're doing something weird in CERN, but I don't think it's that, but they're doing stuff that we don't know.
It'd be very interesting. Who knows what their classification system is? I know they have scientists from all over the world that work there. I don't know what kind of NDAs they sign, but yeah, I guess CERN would be very, very interesting to know what's going on there. That would be fascinating. Yeah. Bia, do you have any conspiracy theories that you like?
Not off the top of my head, but I was thinking, why don't you talk to us about Carolyn, excuse me.
Oh, God bless you.
Yes, because I know we're probably getting ready to wrap. I know you have brought, yes, perfect.
This was made by someone that you guys have never heard of, called Akashi Chris, the host of Mind Forked on YouTube. We are still fundraising for Carolyn Clapper. We did have a proof of life, and Denzel Washington was not present. But you like that one, Tim? Tough crowd. Please tip your bartenders and wait staff, everybody. So we are still fundraising for that. We're only really $100 away from where I want to get to. As I was gonna pick this up, and I will pick it up if I have to. It turns out that this week I got a call from back in Connecticut where my dad's in assisted living, so that was $1,000 plane ticket. I will be spending this week to go back home and see my dad and make sure that if he is in decline, that I get to see him first. So yeah. So if you want to donate $2, $3, $1, $5, $10, whatever, towards our help bring a medium Carolyn Clapper, I am praying that she's going to call me. Thank you. Thank you, K9 Mind Help. It's one of our true crimers. I haven't seen you here in a while. Welcome back. You're Aussie? Yeah, you're the Aussie. Okay. Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. Yeah, so thank you very much, Jules. Yeah, gotta go get that done. So in fact, tomorrow, one of my high school friends is here in Colorado, and I grew up on ranch. So I was riding horses before I could ride a bicycle. And my friend from high school is here, and she's invited me to go horseback riding with her at the ranch that she's staying at. And so if I can get video or photos of me on a horse, it will mean a lot to my father. So I'm going to do that. That he always talks about, when are you going riding? Why aren't you riding? All this stuff. So to me, as Bia knows, if I had a horse right now, I would just put a halter on him and with reins and just go hiking. I'm just interested to go hiking with the horse. I'm not interested in riding per se. I just want to be around. I love horses, but yeah, mate, Aussie all the way in the woods. Any Yowie with rescue animals. Thank you for doing what you do, man. You're always going to get an applause on this show. Anyone that's doing something like that for animals. Mind help. God bless you. So anyway, so if you do want to donate to the Carolyn Clapper, it is I guess it's at Calling All Beings on PayPal, at Calling All Beings. Oh, Michigan Bigfoot Rob is here. Oh, I've seen his YouTube.
BMR's in the house. You need to meet BMR. You guys were talking about Bigfoot. There's the man right there.
Show me, where is he? Show me where he is. Hi, Michigan Bigfoot Rob. Yeah, I'm a big fan. I love talking Bigfoot. I am what they call a Bigfoot analyst, not a Bigfoot researcher.
I'll give you his info because we need to have a show. I've been wanting to have BMR back.
There he is.
So.
Yeah. All right. You're welcome to come on the show, Michigan Bigfoot Rob, and talk Bigfoot. In fact, we're looking to book Stacy Brown Jr. for mid-July, if you want to come on that. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, so $ Calling All Beings on what is it called? Cash App. And
yep, and Sarah did put it in the chat as well.
Thank you. I didn't see it. Okay, let me go. Why do you got to pay her $900? Okay, so I'm glad you asked that question. Thank you for asking that. Darkest PSI. I love it. Hopefully my MotoGP riders are not going to have dark PSI tomorrow. We want good tire pressure so nobody gets a penalty. Okay. Why do we got to pay her? The reason why is because it is not a family member of mine. We are seeking for her to read Officer John O'Keefe, who was killed on the night of 29 January, 2022. We don't know how he was killed. His girlfriend was accused of running him over. He was found unresponsive and then dead on the lawn of another Boston police officer who never exited the home, even when emergency vehicles, EMS, fire, and police came and lifted John up off the lawn, took him to the hospital where he was then pronounced dead. We don't know what happened. They tried to pin it on Karen Reed, this woman in Massachusetts. She was tried twice, and they were not able to convict her either time. This is the reason why we are fundraising. If John O'Keefe was my family member, Carolyn would do this for free. I encourage you, everybody here, go to the Missing Enigma YouTube channel, the Missing Enigma YouTube channel, hosted by Nick Kyle, and look up the Teresa Jones case. There you will see the Pentecostal family of Teresa Jones, who did not believe in mediumship whatsoever or any connection to the dead. And when they could not find their mom, and the police could not find her after 3 days, they called Carolyn Clapper in the middle of the night in Wisconsin. She gave them a reading and gave them exact directions where to find their mom, Teresa Jones. In fact, when she began communicating with Teresa, she didn't even know she was dead until she followed Teresa through to where she was found upside down in a creek. So Carolyn Clapper, who has spoken with me on the phone, is the real deal. And that is why we want to hire her to look at the John O'Keefe and tell us what happened that night. We're not trying to get anyone convicted. We are not coordinating with law enforcement. We want to find out what events led him to his ending, to his undoing. Not necessarily who, but what happened, not who did it. This is not a whodunit here. It's what happened to you, because we know you didn't get run over by a car. Okay. Any more questions? Thank you very much. I just got a Cash App notification from somebody. Let me see who that is. Take it away, Bia, real quick.
Yeah. So, and if you can't, if you don't have the ability to donate, then if you can help share, that also is helpful. Help spread the word. DJ is very close to securing a date, so we'll be able to announce that soon. And yeah.
Thank you, Bia. That was, I want you to guess who it was that just donated. We've been saying her name all night. Party people.
Ruthie Robles.
Ruthie Robles.
Oh, she's so nice.
Thank you, Ruthie. Thank you, Ruthie. We love you. We just got a 20 from Ruthie Robles. And we
gave
appreciate
twice. She gave a super chat earlier too, girl.
Thank you so much, Ruthie. We really do appreciate it.
Thank you, Ruthie.
We're trying to get there. And so it turns out that I don't know how to handle my withholding very well, because I just got my bill, which I shared with Bia from the IRS today. I owe them $10,000 due to them not withholding enough. So all that is reason why. Otherwise, a lot of times I just spend money myself. But it turns out, yeah, I owe the IRS money. So thank you very much, Ruthie Robles. Did I say that cool? No, I didn't. Yeah. Okay. I feel like I'm being glared at by Bia and Akashi.
You need to go like this when you do it like that. You need to snap your finger. Ruthie Robles.
Thank
You're
you
gonna Olay. Might as well Olay.
Hey, come on, Bia. Do something. Do some Zumba. What are you doing over there? All right. There you go. All right. Thank you. Boy, this has been fun tonight. Let me take this off screen. Boy, this is fun. Thank you so much for jumping in, Tim. I really appreciate that.
Yes,
yes, sir.
Nice to meet you, Tim.
Well, thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks, Boston B. Thanks, Akashi. Thanks, DJ. I really appreciate it. Yeah, super fun. Glad to be back in here.
Yeah, you're always welcome on the cab. You know that. We were talking about doing another roundtable again with All Things Unexplained. I'm down for that. So, yeah, man, nights like tonight, I leave with a smile, and I'm just so happy. So, all of you guys in the chat, you contributed great questions, great commentary. And, we had some of Akashi's audience here from Mindfork, some of Tim's audience from All Things Unexplained, and of course the cabbies. So bravo, bravo, bravo. All right. On behalf of Dr. Tim Mounts, Boston Bia, and Akarashi Chris, this is DJ saying peace out. One love, and we will see you down the road, homie.
Good night, John Boy.
Good night.